Hello and welcome to the 39th edition of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. It's the 9th episode of Season 4. We are the show who compares and contrasts Fallout experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quest with characters who have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everyone. Hi, everybody. This is Andrew. And I am joined this evening by Ray. Hi, Ray. How's it going?
Hey, Andrew. It's going great.
Hey, Ray. We just had a wonderful little holiday party for the ASA podcasting sort of group the other day, didn't we?
Yes, we did. It was a good time.
Quite lovely. Quite lovely. The reason I bring it up is because of our talk shoe problems with hosting sites and stuff in the past. We've had to go over to our new hosting site, and just for $1 a month, you guys can help support us to stay on a nice firm foundation of a hosting site. And not only do you get to help us stay afloat, you also get a pretty fun little bonus episode every month. This month it is a Christmas and holiday episode where we did some gift exchanges and talked about holiday traditions. And it was at a good time. Everyone had fun. Oh, we opened up a gift. Did our Secret Santa thing. It was really fun. And we also visited some audio clips that people sent in. Festive from, let's see, West Vault Radio sent one in. Lee sent in some feedback. I believe even the good folks over at We Just Love Games even sent us a kindly Christmas audio card. So please, if you'd like to help us out, support us for $1 a month over at patreon.com/ASA podcasting. And you too can be included in the Patreon fun. So I encourage everyone to check that out. Tonight's agenda, Ray, what do we have? Let's see. You are, I forget what faction you started out as.
I'm the Legion faction.
The Legion, that's right. Craig, I heard from Craig that he hustled through the rest of the game and finished up already. He was also the Legion. He was saying that it was just, he couldn't handle it anymore. He had to hurry up and finish because it was making him sick to be the Legion this long.
I mean, so far it's been, it's been pretty straightforward. There is, you're not really asked to do anything too bad at this point.
No. Oh, geez. Well, he must have been a little bit ahead of us. I'm excited to see where this disgustingness in the Legion comes in. But I was doing the NCR, and Ray, I'm not sure why, but my assignment as an NCR this week, everyone else got to go see the who are they? The White Glove Society.
Right.
And mine was a King's Gambit, where I had to go off and sort of negotiate a truce between the King and the NCR. Now, what caused the split in the storyline there where the NCR doesn't really have the White Glove Society written into their main quest or whatever?
Well, so they are just not a group that is of interest to the NCR. And so, they're not, the NCR is concerned with groups that, could either aid them in the upcoming battle or be recruited by the opposition to fight against the NCR. So those are the groups that they send you out to deal with. And the White Glove Society is not considered a one of the the power factions as far as fighting goes. So the NCR is not concerned with them. But there is some unrest in Freeside that they need to quell because it's impacting NCR citizens, and so that's why you have to go do the King's Gambit.
So what? They're just shaking down NCR citizens?
Yeah. So there's friction between the Freeside citizens and the NCR citizens.
Yeah. It just seems like they're picking on the NCR citizens. They're shaking them down on the street and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like
And
when
the
you watch
NCR
for the first
is
time.
icing out the Freeside people. They're not giving them supplies. So
Well, probably because they deserve it. What do they do? They deserve it, Ray. You're not telling the whole story there.
these are just people trying to scrape out a living on the streets of New Vegas.
By breaking the law.
No, they're not breaking the law.
No? Okay. I don't know what the laws are. Are there laws? What are the laws in New Vegas? If you were new to New Vegas day one, what is the person from Freeside going to tell you the laws are of the land? What are the
uh,
laws of the strip?
the law is listen to the king.
Okay, and the king in this case, this was such a weird quest for me because I'd already been into the it's not the improv. Where are they? What is their club called? I don't even remember what their club is called. But the place where the kings where they work on their improvisation and learn how to be the king. It's just so silly. Gosh. But I had such a good relationship with him already because I've gone and I've gotten the dog, and I did a couple other quests up in there. And so when I went to speak with him there, it was just like a 2 sentence conversation, Ray. It was like, "Hey, keep your guys in check, dude, okay?" And he's like, "All right, sorry." It's really weird.
Yeah, it's typically a little more involved than that.
Then I read the wiki. So I'm not sure which quest I did, but there are a couple of different quests I think you can do in order to have him on in your favor, so that he will just sort of agree with you automatically, do what you say. I'm not sure exactly what I did because I did a few quests in there, I think. But reading through the wiki, there are like a ton of different ways you can go about playing King's Gambit. Basically, the first step is when you go in and turn in your last quest, which was getting the boomers on your side. I forget what it was actually called. Boom, not boom goes the dynamite, but something. Things go boom. I don't even remember what it was called.
Yeah, things that go boom.
Things that go boom. But the ambassador you were speaking with there, who won't even take his fingers off the keyboard when he's speaking to you, Crocker, I think he sends you off to look into this because he's getting reports that NCR people are getting picked on by all the free side people. And so when you go there, there's one in particular who's causing more problem. His name is Pacer. Pacer's the guy causing most of the trouble with all the NCR citizens. So you have to pick out Pacer, and then there are just like so many different ways you can deal with this. You can evidently find evidence that he has a heart murmur or something, if I remember right. And you can slip some psycho into his jet. He's a jet addict. You can slip psycho into his jet, or vice versa. I'm not sure which is what. I forget what drug does what. But you can slip one drug into his other drug and make him have a heart attack and die. Now, the important thing is you want to have Pacer die without it looking like the NCR killed him, because you don't want relations on the strip to go sour. So you have to get rid of Pacer or calm him down, convince the king to calm him down, or kill Pacer without making it look like the NCR had anything to do with it. Now you can kill him, like I said, by slipping some psycho into his jet. His jet is hidden under his bed in a cigarette carton, or it looks like a cigarette carton. He's got him hidden under there. But in order to do it that way, you have to have a medicine of 60, which I do. So I was interested to go back and actually try it this way again, because it seems like a fun way to do it would be to drug him. The other way to do it is to implicate the Van Graff family, and they're what? They're like energy weapons and stuff, right? Right.
Right. Yeah, they're the energy weapon people.
And the this is kind of a fun way too. Mick and Ralph, they must be the forgery place, right? Because you go there for the passport, right?
Right. Yep.
You go there for the passport. So I think forgery is probably their big game over there. What else can you forge um, for Mick and Ralph?
This note's the only other thing I know of.
Is it okay? I didn't know if they probably had like 3 or 4 different other things. Okay, so you can get this note from Mick and Ralph. You can get them to forge a letter to Pacer, like it's a fake letter from Jean Baptiste Cutting. But in order to do that, you have to have a speech of 50, which I also have a speech of 50 as well. So I'd like to go back and try it this way as well. Um, but you can replace his jet stash with the forged note. And after he finds the forged note, Pacer will rush off to the Silver Rush and get himself killed there. Do you know any more about that situation? What was going on with the Silver Rush?
Um, Now there's a couple of things going on with the Van Graffs. They have there's one quest where there's like dirty dealings with the NCR, and they also um, try to cheat Caesar's Legion. So there's a few different things that happen around the Van Graffs.
That's hilarious. So you can do the Jean Baptiste Cutting way, or and how you can pin it on the Van Graffs, make it look like the Van Graffs do it, Ray. Have you played it this way ever, where you do the reverse pickpocketing stuff?
No, mm-mm.
This is one of the last ways you can you can get Pacer down without it looking like the NCR do it. This makes it look like the Van Graffs did it. You can get a plasma grenade, and if your pickpocket is good enough, you can or steal. I don't remember what the stat is in New Vegas. Is it pickpocket or steal?
Pickpocket.
Pickpocket. Okay. You can crush down and when he's sleeping, if you're good enough, you can sneak into his room, put a plasma grenade in his pocket, and back away quickly, and make him blow up from an energy weapon, and then that makes it look like evidence that the Van Graffs killed him. And but okay, so I skipped over a huge part. There was a there's evidence that you find in a terminal somewhere that the Van Graffs also have a background beef with um, Pacer. Did you just mention that, Ray? You might have just mentioned that.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So the Van Graffs have a beef with Pacer, so it could be logical if you frame them to make it look like, oh, that okay, so that's obvious. So that is also a good way to do it. There's all sort of good ways to go about this. Also, okay, here it is. I've written in my notes. If you complete the quest GI Blues, for the kings, then the leader king will grant you one favor, and that favor you can use on having him tell Pacer to stop harassing people. So there's about 4, 5, 6 different good, interesting ways to go through this NCR quest here. It's really pretty fun. I want to go back through and try a couple of different ways because the way I did, I just showed up in town and walked through the 12 to 15 gates you have to go through to get to Freeside. And then I was like, "Hey, King, what's up? Can you tell your guys to calm down?" And he was like, "Okay, buddy. All right, get out of here." And I turned and left. And it was seriously like 2 threads of a conversation tree, and that was it. So I must have done that quest GI Blues or something, or another quest that got the king to have me in his favor, because he quickly rolled over and then sort of ushered me out the door, no problem. And then and then you have to go back and tell the ambassador that everything is kosher. And I don't even remember, like, not a ton of XP for that. But yeah, that was pretty much King's Gambit there. Ray, have you ever run through King's Gambit and have any memories of anything you've done through there?
No, I think it may have been the GI Blues that I had done before.
Okay. Do you remember anything about that quest? Because that's the
where
one you earned the favor of the king.
yeah, I think that's the one where you go back and forth between the NCR and the King's group to stop the conflict between the food distribution that they're doing in Freeside. And that one you end up um, there ends up being a gun battle between the NCR and Pacer and a few of his boys, and I ended up killing Pacer and taking the evidence to the king to show him that Pacer had been involved and that it wasn't the NCR doing it.
Oh, there you go. Yet another way to go about that. Good call. So shortly after I finished King's Gambit, you had mentioned that even though it was not my assigned quest, as a side quest, the NCR can still go visit the gentleman in the White Glove Society.
Yep,
So I scooted over there. Where did I forget even which casino they're in?
the Ultralux.
Ultra Lux. Would you like to tell us a little bit about Ultra Lux and the White Glove Society, Ray?
Well, they are the creme de la creme. They see themselves above all the rest of the people, and only the best, bred, highest caliber people can be in the Ultralux. And typical fashion, when you walk into the casino, they take all your weapons.
Yeah. Bastards.
And it's a guy in a ceramic mask, kind of like a Mardi Gras mask.
They're all playing Phantom of the Opera or Masquerade or something, you know?
Yeah. So for the Caesar's quest, you go in and talk to Marjorie and tell her that Caesar would like them to join the Legion and be on their side. And she calls the Legion barbarians, and that they're really not Ultralux quality people, that they don't belong in the White Glove Society, and so she's not interested in any kind of an alliance. So you walk out, and you're kind of stuck with the fact that she's not being cooperative, and you go over and talk to Mortimer, and he's kind of cold to you as well. But if you have a speech of 62, you can tell him that about the cannibalism and that you're okay with it, and are willing to help them.
What have you heard about the cannibalism before this point? Has
So
someone
Caesar mentions it as a point of leverage with the White Glove Society.
Okay, so Caesar mentioned that you can get these guys on your side by mentioning to them that they're okay. You know that they're cannibals, and what is it a secret that they don't want to let out, and that's the leverage you can use against them?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you've convinced them that you're on their side, and for me, my speech isn't that high, so I ended up using a magazine. He tells you about an issue that they had uh, with their intended meal, which is a guy named Ted Gunderson.
That name is familiar.
and that they botched the capture of Ted, and so now they're kind of stuck because they have him trapped in a freezer, but they can't really do anything with him because his dad is in the casino and is a very powerful rich man and is raising hell because his son is missing. So
Oh.
you have the
Is this guy, is that scripted? Is this guy going crazy already when you walk in, or is that triggered
yeah,
after you?
no, he's already in there, and actually uh, you can start the quest. The quest is called Beyond the Beef, I believe.
That's great.
And you can actually kick that one off by talking to Heck Gunderson at the bar and find out, he'll ask you to help find his son. Um, but it's easier if you do it this back way because you talk to Mortimer, you get him on your side. He gives you all the keys and passwords you need um, to make all this stuff happen. And
You can get all of that info from just one guy, from Mortimer.
yeah,
He's the bartender, did you say?
no, he's like the concierge. He's uh he's outside of the casino and he's outside um of the restaurant.
He
So he may be the guy in
weapons?
charge of the hotel rooms.
He doesn't take your weapons. Who walks up to you when you first walk in?
Oh, it's one of the regular guards, the guys in the ceramic masks. Mortimer isn't wearing a mask. He's wearing a top hat,
Ooh.
a very,
So
very tall top hat.
are the named people in this in the Ultra Lux, do they all are without masks? Do they have hats instead? Like the people who you interact with, all you can see their face, and
Yeah,
all the sort of role players, they're just in masks walking around.
right.
Okay.
So you've got some choices with Ted. Um, I I went with the peaceful 500 cap route, and
What's that mean?
so if you complete the quest and return him to his dad gives you 500 caps.
Oh, okay. So you would just go what and open the cooler?
Well, so you have to open it up, and then you have to calm him down. Talk him out of
He probably wants to to retaliate.
right.
Yeah.
And so you tell him that it was somebody that was trying to get his dad and the White Glove Society in a fight, and so they did this and tried to frame the White Glove Society. Um, and Ted's not the brightest bulb, and he actually calls them the White Pants Society. Um,
Out after Labor Day.
but so there's also the option where you can kill Ted, collect samples of his blood.
I was gonna say, and take him over to Mortimer and be like, here.
um, and then you go into his dad's suite and smear blood all over the place, and then go get a one of the Securitrons from the strip and have him go investigate. And they end up accusing Heck of killing his own son and
Oh.
drag him off. And then he can be prepared and eaten.
Oh, that's great. So, does Ted or his father, they don't know about the cannibalism yet?
No. Mm-mm.
Wow, this is fun. This is a fun little quest. Are any other routes?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's 12, right?
Exactly. Um, so so the route I took first was I took Ted back to his dad. His dad was thankful, and then Mortimer, when you talked to him the first time, had told you about their first choice for dinner, and that is a man named Carlisle, and he was even you know more high society than Ted Gunderson was. Ted was just the backup plan. So you can head out, and on the north side of the Vegas area, you can find Carlisle's house and convince him that he is, you know, not happy, and that he could be he could find a home at the White Glove Society, that he really belongs there, and that they really would want him, and that he doesn't need to live out here by himself. He can go be part of that uh, that elite group of people. And so he's like, oh yeah, that'd be great, that's awesome. um, so you take him back and they make him an amuse bouche.
And can you translate that for me?
Yeah, dinner. So they cook him up and serve him at dinner.
Who don't these people eat?
So another way that you can do it is, when you're talking to Mortimer, you have an option of offering up your traveling companion as a replacement for Ted.
Way, that's awesome.
And so I was running around with Cassidy as my as one of my followers, and so
Say it
you
ain't
know
so, Ray. Say it ain't so.
I said to hey, would you be interested in my follower as a replacement for Ted? And uh, so Mortimer replies, well, we'd be able to forgo the whiskey marinade, um, but other than her liver, she should be fine. So so the game.
So it has a snarky line for each follower too.
Yep, yep.
Are there
So
who's the ghoul follower in this game?
um, oh shoot, I forgot his name.
You need to take the ghoul there. I want to see if they consider. They
Raul
probably,
Tejada, I think.
they probably wouldn't even consider that cannibalism. You know what I mean? Like, ew. Take your jerky elsewhere.
Yeah, so it was that was funny. Of course, I reverted back to a save where Cassidy was still okay. So I'm not ready to give her up yet.
Hey, come on, that would have been great. Like they don't need to. They can forego the whiskey marinade.
Yeah. So yeah, I did bump into a little bit of a problem with it, because the freezer that Ted is in is too small. She won't follow you all the way in.
Weird.
um, and Ted sticks to you like glue. So I ended up, telling her to wait, and then kind of made my way around to the outside. So she was in the doorway, and I ended up just bumping into her repeatedly until she was inside the cooler, and then closed the door and left her there.
There you go.
But when I got back to, I got, Ted with his dad and went back and talked to Mortimer, it didn't give me the option, um, to for him to acknowledge that I had traded Ted for Cassidy. And
Because
so
you
then
punched it.
it dawned on me. It says, lock them in the freezer, and I hadn't gone to the terminal and set the lock. So I ran downstairs, went to the freezer, locked the door, came back up and told him, and then that's when everything went fine. But so on the regular playthrough, I went to Carlisle, got him back, and they ate him. And so what Mortimer ends up doing is, he has his chef, prepare the meal. All these highfalutin people are in the restaurant and are thrilled that they're, being served this new exotic dish. And then after everybody has eaten, then Mortimer tells them that, that they had just eaten human flesh.
His name was Carlisle.
And he says that everybody kind of is quiet for a couple of minutes, and then they're like, what the heck? It was good.
It was tasty.
Let's do it again.
Tastes like long. Was it long pig? Long pork? What do they? There's a phrase cannibals use for humans, right? You ever heard that?
No.
Oh, come on, Ray. I think
I
it's
mean,
long pig or long pork or something. I think that's what they call human meat. I feel gross for knowing facts about cannibal.
yeah, I'm not really familiar with cannibal culture.
I shouldn't be. So set the scene. They had a long dinner table.
No, it's a fine dining restaurant.
How many people?
Uh,
Separate little tables.
There's probably 20 people in the room.
20 people in the room. Separate 20, 10 little tables. People paired off in twos or something.
Yeah, twos and fours.
Okay. And everyone's in their coattails.
Yep.
Black tuxedos. Most of the nameless people in their masks.
Right.
What
so
what is
after they've had their meal, you come back later and talk to Mortimer and, ask him about it. And yeah, it went really well. And everybody would, eventually, bought in. And so we're, back in the cannibal business.
And you can actually be present at the dinner.
No, you're not worthy.
Oh,
You're wasteland trash. So
you don't get to actually see the meat and the dinner scene itself.
No.
But who then tells you about
Mortimer?
Okay, Mortimer
Yep.
tells you about. Okay, nice. I'm gonna have to dig into this a little bit more too. I sort of walked in and started talking to around to people, but I didn't get anything to really trigger yet. So I guess I need to find Ted's dad to make everything start going. Really.
Yeah. So after you've talked to Mortimer and he confirms that everything went well, you ask him about joining up with Caesar's Legion, and he says, "Well, it's Marjorie's decision, but she should be amenable to it because I told her how instrumental you were in helping us develop this new cuisine." And so you go talk to Marjorie, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, fine. Since we don't have to worry about you bothering us because of our new proclivities." So,
yeah. Okay, and I guess I'm still confused. Why is it advantageous for Caesar to have these people wrapped around his finger? Why?
So it hasn't really been revealed yet.
Okay, see, I'm trying to find his motivation here.
Yeah.
Okay, has not been revealed yet.
Yeah.
But
so now it's also important to Yes Man that you meet everybody in New Vegas to find out who you want to allow to be part of your New Vegas.
If I remember right, my sort of menu has each like meet with the Brotherhood of Steel, meet with this group, meet with that group, meet with this group. Like it wants you to.
Yeah, once you talk to Yes Man, um, he gives you basically everybody to talk to. So
What? How many is that? Six?
the Boomers, the White Gloves, the Omertas, the Great Khans, the Brotherhood of
I
Steel.
haven't seen the Brotherhood yet, or the Omerta. Maybe I have seen the Omertas.
Yeah, so
No Brotherhood. I have not seen the Brotherhood yet. Who? Where are they?
they're hiding.
Those
I think
bastards.
it's Happy Valley, but yeah, they're in bunkers, hunkered down.
They're not out like bossing people around, hassling people, looking for technology and screwing people over just to get a microchip.
No,
Oh, so much different. I've actually heard a lot about how I don't even know. Do you know anything about the history of the Brotherhood and the differences between the factions and the difference between the East and the West and their different philosophies and why the split happened and all that? I remember reading something vaguely about that, but I have zero clue onto any of the details about that.
yeah, I mean, uh, I know them from Fallout 3, uh, where they're the balance of power against the Enclave and are, um, upright and, noble. And then in New Vegas, they're hiding underground and fighting amongst themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then
At Happy Valley.
yeah, and then in 4, they're not like either of those.
Yeah, that seems weird to have a faction appear in all the games, but have them be so drastically different in each game, right?
Yeah, and I think they're probably the only ones.
What, the only faction that's appeared in every game? Were they in 1 and 2? I didn't play any of the. You didn't either, though, right? Or
No,
play any.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they are in both 1 and 2.
Nice. They've been in every game then, I guess. Well, I don't know. There's all those weird side games.
Yeah.
I don't even know all the crazy ones that got half done or not support sort of in canon question mark.
So after Marjorie told me that she was, you know, okay with Caesar, I went back and told him, and so he was pleased and told me to go wipe out the Brotherhood of Steel. And then he had another one of his episodes,
Caesar.
and yeah, Caesar did. And so because I had a high enough medical, I think it's a med check of 50. I tell him that he had an absent stroke, and he's like, okay, whatever, I'm fine, it'll be okay. I'm just gonna go to bed.
Sleeping.
And yeah, so now we've been quested to go take out the Brotherhood of Steel.
It does.
And then about that time, I got a message pop up that said the NCR brands you as a terrorist.
Oh, so when you're sent off to kill the Brotherhood, the NCR doesn't like that. Interesting. What is the
I'm not
relation?
really sure what that entails at this point.
Interesting. So the NCR and the Brotherhood must have some sort of previous relationship then. So I'm will I be directed towards the Brotherhood just through the NCR main quest line, or are they sort of like a
Yeah, no,
side?
you will be.
I will be. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Um, yeah. So the next regular episode, um, so
January 11th, maybe.
yeah. So uh, the Caesar's Legion will just be doing faction quests, and the others will do the Omertas and the Khans.
Okay,
And then after that, um, we do the Brotherhood. Everybody does the Brotherhood of Steel.
sweet. How many? I haven't even looked at the overarching quest line. Like, how far are we out? Like, does the game end in March, April? Long game.
Well, it used to end in February.
Oh, did it? Yeah, we've had to push the schedule back a little bit here and there.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So it looks like the last regular episode at this point is February 15th,
Oh, okay,
and
nice.
then we'll have the final Blighty episode and the final play long feedback show, and then we'll on March 8th they'll have our wrap up.
Okay, wow, it is. It's extending into March. That's impressive.
Oh yeah, and
Um,
that's just now. I mean, we've got a long way to go. So
yeah,
yeah, we could see April before this is done.
yeah, no kidding. Like, few misschedulings here and there, and life happens.
Yes, it does.
We've been missing Pat the last couple of weeks. He's just been crazy with work.
Yeah, hopefully that lightens up for him soon. That's got to
Yeah,
be a drag.
thanks. I know it's driving him crazy too. So yeah, we hope that Pat can come back soon and uh, tell us about his adventures. And Arthur's going to start up again soon too. Once everything slows down for Pat, because the Skyrim Let's Play is about to wrap up, and I believe we're going to after he's doing the Dawn Guard. After the Dawn Guard finishes, I believe we will do we'll finish out Arthur with whatever DLC Arthur was about to get into. I think we're not quite sure yet, but we're planning on probably rebranding the Let's Play feed instead of, because now the host site costs money, so per feed. So we're thinking about combining the Skyrim and the Fallout one.
Right.
We just flip flop back and forth between Skyrim and Fallout, or I don't know, whatever other games we eventually get into. It doesn't necessarily have to be limited to those two, but the Let's Play will be, the live action first person experience of the game, like a Let's Play is. So we'll probably end up doing that, and I think Pat is up next with some Arthur DLC. He's already done a couple of them. He only had one more. I don't even remember how much he had left, Ray.
Well, I think it was closer to 10, but
10 more DLCs? What?
no, 10, one more DLC, 10 more episodes.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, okay, I gather.
Because he was shooting for 100 on Arthur.
That's so awesome. Gee whiz. 100 episodes. That's crazy. Well, congrats on 100 episodes, Arthur, and we hope Pat comes back soon. What else did we need to get into for your quest? You haven't finished up everything, have you?
Yeah, nope, that pretty much wrapped me up.
Okay. Um, so
So Caesar was happy that I was able to convince them to join up. So my fame within the Legion is increasing.
and you did the like, which way did you actually do? Was it the blackmail way?
Uh, well, I mean, kind of. It's a speech check you have to pass,
Okay, that's right. You
um,
said that.
so that they'll even talk to you about it.
Yeah,
But
great. I had fallen behind last week, and there was something I just couldn't quite figure out when we were doing the boomers stuff. I was running around all crazy. I thought that I'd done everything that I could for most of the people. I just couldn't find enough stuff to do. Well, I went back into the hospital area, and whoever the doctor person is, I talked to them again, and I realized there's a second patient that I hadn't helped, Ray.
yeah,
There's
there's a total of three in there.
there's one last one that I hadn't helped yet, and that was the problem. I helped that person, and then everything unlocked, and then it was like, oh, you're loved by these people. Now you can proceed with the rest of the quest. There was one patient in there that I didn't click on.
Yeah,
Or
and that's the way. I mean, it's it's a very free form game, but when it comes to
very
you know
particular sometimes.
yeah, when it comes to completing a quest, there's just like when I had to go back downstairs and lock the freezer door.
You had to go
And,
upstairs and then back down because you didn't lock the door, right?
yep. And so yeah, it can often be something as simple as that.
Yeah, yeah. So I got that patient all figured out, and then I went to the plane all the way down in the Lake Mead, I believe, and I was surprised. You can see the Legion's front door
Oh yeah.
from that lake. They are perched right on top of you. I'm surprised snipers weren't popping shots off at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they obviously could see me from where I was floating around with a dog and another person floating
Right.
around out in the water. Um, it's pretty crazy. The when you go down, you take the dive. You were saying that there's a recirculator or a rebreather thing you were talking
Right.
about maybe making use of. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
really
get
find
that
it that
from Jack.
necessary. Um, I easily fit each pontoon under the wing with one breath each. I didn't feel like it was a huge hassle.
No.
Is that something you don't like doing?
I don't know that I've ever tried it without the rebreather because I've always been able to get it.
Yeah. I I looked up where the pressure cooker was to get the rebreather, and there's one actually in the kitchen that is near the lake. I read
Oh, in that shack?
in the shack, but I was running around and I didn't see one in there. And I was thinking this has to be the wrong shack. Are there multiple shacks, Ray? Was I on the wrong side of the lake or something?
Probably not on the wrong side, but there's definitely a couple of different shacks.
Yeah, I need to go back and look. Even though I've already completed the quest, so there's no point getting the rebreather. Can you get the rebreather, do you think, after you completed the quest?
Yeah, but there's really nothing to do with it afterwards. I mean, you can go swimming in the lake.
Can I sell it? Is it worth anything?
Mm,
Does it give me any XP or anything?
no XP.
But I can breathe. Oh, can I just breathe underwater then? Does it
Yeah,
get the breathing underwater perk basically?
yeah. Essentially, and there's all kinds of stuff down there.
Oh, so
Lots of fish and seaweed and stuff. Lakeweed, I guess.
well, okay. When you say lots of stuff, I don't
Not loot.
I don't picture fish and seaweed as being good stuff. Yeah, I want to
But
set a rusty set of
they're
power armor.
no, they're pretty.
Yeah. Um. Any cool treasure or anything underwater in the whole game that you can know of?
Not that I can think
Besides
of.
the airplane.
No,
Yeah. They really love to ignore underwater. I want some more underwater stuff in my Fallout and Skyrim.
no.
Fallout did a little bit of it. You remember on Far Harbor, you had to dive down and get the sunken treasure
Right.
to collect, I believe, some sort of special armor.
Yeah, and Skyrim does a fair amount of it.
You had to get that quill in the lake. I remember there's an overturned boat with some gems under them at some point.
Yeah. behind the waterfalls
Oh yeah, waterfalls are great. That's
in
always
Ilanalta's Deep. There's a
yeah.
couple of
Lots
different
of
chests.
there. Yeah, the half sunken castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, see, Pat,
Uh,
this is what happens when you're not on the podcast.
yeah, we
We
talk about
start
it all.
talking about Skyrim, or as he puts it, that dragon game.
Pat, oh, he needs to shut his mouth about that because he's only been playing Skyrim recently because he got a Switch and he said is the only game he's been playing is Skyrim recently.
Uh-huh.
Ah, that's what he's doing. He's not. He's really not working. He's playing Skyrim. Boom, you're busted. Yeah, so I brought the plane up and did all that stuff, and went back and talked to them. Got the boomers to be on the side of the NCR, which the ambassador guy was happy about. And then that's when he told me about the Kings are getting out of control. Go take care of the situation.
Yeah.
This pacer guy. So come full circle, Ray. Anything else you'd like to get into this evening?
Nope. I've dragged Fallout New Vegas into Fallout 4.
How'd that happen?
No, it was that alternate start mod I started using called Start Me Up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also had come across a really cool set of NCR Veteran Ranger armor.
Is this
And
your gunner hunter?
Yep.
Nice.
And so I even found a couple of little radio mods that bring the music over. And so
from New Vegas.
yeah,
Nice.
so I just figured he brought a couple of mixtapes with him.
Can you mix the two together?
Well, one of them kind of is. One of them's all is just the Western stuff, and then the other one also has some of the Mr. New Vegas music in it too.
Yeah, I'd like to just make a playlist where we can mix the Fallout 4 music with the New Vegas music and just play them all at once because I like the music from both games very much, but I feel like the playlist isn't quite long enough, so it feels slightly repetitive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it'd just be great to have more songs in the playlists,
right?
Even though I know that it's like if you sat down and played all the songs back to back, it'd be like that is so many hours worth of music. But you don't realize when you're sitting down, zoned out, playing a video game, how
how long you are sitting there.
You're like, oh, I heard that song 3 times. Oh wait, I've been playing games for 6 hours now. That's what that means. Oh shit.
Yeah. So he cleaned out Vault 75 and what's the other one? 90, the one where you take Kate. So.
Oh yeah. To get her cleaned up with in the chair thing.
Yeah. But can't get into green tech unless you've started the where you have to find the courser.
Yeah.
So can't kill those. So the only ones left now are in Nuka World.
Oh. Was there another aspect of the mod that you're saying was a really great benefit?
But so the thing that really kind of blew this one open for me was that it takes if you don't go to Vault 111, then there's no reference of Sean or you having a son or a wife or anything else. It's all been taken out of the character dialogues. And so the big one is always when you go talk to Piper and give her your life story, no matter what you do, she always forces you to tell her about Sean. But this mod goes in and alters that, and you go through the whole thing without ever having to talk about having a son, which makes it so much easier to role play a different kind of character. So
Yeah,
um,
if you're not forced into a role, it makes it easier to play a different one.
yeah, exactly. And so, there's just so many options with this, that I mean, I can't even imagine how many characters I'm going to end up with in Fallout 4 now, because I'm already at like 50 or 60.
You're gonna have 115 characters, all level 7.
Well, no, see that even that's solved for me too, because you can start at level 1 or you can start at level 300.
300. God, you sound like Jennifer all of a sudden.
And so, you know, you don't have to be at level 1 to start off all the time,
That's
which
interesting.
comes in pretty handy. And so the one thing that I've discovered, and I've known this before because I've manufactured, through console commands, higher levels. You get all the perks and all that kind of stuff, but you don't have the stuff. You figure every level that you're going through the game collecting,
You don't have,
guns and ammo and,
you don't have 10,000 ammunition.
stim packs and,
Yeah.
you know, you're so, here I am sitting at level 10 and I've got two bobby pins.
Whoops.
So
And your enemies are also leveled to that level, I assume, as well.
yeah, yeah, the enemies level with you, even if you accelerate the levels.
Where's the mod to make the enemies not level? Well, level 300 'cause they're stuck down on.
Again, where's the fun?
You get to kill stuff, right? That's the fun. Squash them like bugs.
Uh,
Yeah, I want to load up 4 and see if I can play around with that too. I think we just established that it is on Xbox as well,
did we?
didn't we?
I have no idea. I have no way to check.
I thought that we did. Ray, there's the internet. We can always ask the internet. Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm excited to see if I can check out that. I'm not sure if we established that it is on Xbox or not, but I would like to look into that. I haven't put Fallout 4 in since we started the New Vegas roundtable. So maybe I should toss in some Fallout 4. That would be fun. Okay. Any Ray, do you have anything else this evening?
uh, no, I think I'm good.
Right on. Well, I just wanted to say a big special thank you to all of our Patreon patrons. It's Patreon patrons. It's always weird to have to try to say that. And another here, Ray. Why did they not call it? Why is the site called Patreon? It's like it's almost a play on Patriot instead of paying online. So it should be like PAY. It should be Patron, but PAYTRON. That would be way better. Why I don't understand why it's called Patreon. That doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, it might be a trademark thing.
It has to be. Yeah, who knows? Well, anyway, thank you so
But
much for
it's a happy service, and it is, it is very humbling to have people support you, and
yeah,
um,
it's amazing.
it and it fortunately they've proven that they're a group that listens to their all of their users, both the creators and the supporters,
Yeah, yeah.
and very quickly retooled their plans to change the fee structure. So
Yeah, they got a shitstorm thrown at them, but they decided not to wade through it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we're going to scrap that and do something else. Thanks for your input.
But the December Patreon episode has gone out, so if you have donated to be in our Patreon supporters, please go check out your page on Patreon to get your new episode. And for all of you out there who are not members of the Patreon supporters group here, take a listen to this, please. Did you know that for only $1 a month, you can help ASA Podcasting meet our broadcasting budget needs? Not only that, but you also get a nifty bonus episode featuring the all-stars of the ASA Podcasting community, like at our recent holiday party.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2017 ASA Podcasting Christmas Extravaganza.
Let me go ahead and bring my thing over here. Let me dig open the box here a little bit here. Okay, we got parchment almost, some like crazy paper wrapped up. Oh, a very cool Fallout mug.
So it was pretty nice. They had pretty decent food and dancing, and they did some raffles. So
you're right, Juan. The food was pretty good, and you sure can shake a leg, buddy.
Holy cow! Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, Juan, have you made any Christmas brews? Have you made any holiday stuff?
Won't be able to finish the podcast, but they'll.
Oh, Ray, it's really unfortunate. I heard about the big ASA podcasting event that got snowed out recently down in Georgia. You know, the one where everyone was going to get a free Nintendo Switch with Skyrim. What sort of makeup event were we going to do?
Yeah, so they're going to do a catered lunch instead.
Oh, that stinks. Oh, well. Well, if you're interested in helping out our cause, please look for more information at patreon.com/ASA podcasting. All right, I threw that together. Was that cute, Ray?
That was very cute.
Okay, good. So yeah, please support us on Patreon if you guys would like to hear our special episode. You'll get one a month. So hopefully that is enough to entice you to pitch $12 a year our direction. So that's all I have for this evening. Ray, thank you so much for basically supporting the whole show, providing 99% of the information. And,
my pleasure.
Telling me what is all the parts that I'm missing. Everything I'm skipping over. All right, so I'm going to go talk to these cannibals, see if I can get them to budge and figure out this whole cooler situation.
There you go.
All righty, we'll see you guys next time. See you in the wasteland.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, the Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.